Okay, this room is 12 by 12. Okay, so the whole thing, I've got one piece of plastic that's going to be what, 48 feet long, and so I'm not going to skimp on it. I'm going to go like 50 feet. I might even go 52 feet. Okay, I got plenty of plastic here, and I'm using the 12-foot material. Let's see if we can't do this 52 feet. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and I don't have much room in here, so I'm going to measure like this, just like I taught you. Okay, there's 5 feet. See, that's my wingspan. Your wingspan may be different. Mine's a hair over 5 feet. Okay, so I can go 5. I'm going to hold it on my left hand. Pull it out of the box. There's 10. 15. 20. 25. 30. 35, 40, 45, 50. Now my wingspan's a little over 5 feet, so that's probably 52 feet. But I'm gonna bring out another 2 feet or so, about like that. I'm gonna get that. Let's show you how I cut this. I'm going to cut it right here. And I'm just going to put my foot on this plastic. I'm going to hold this up here. I'm going to cut it right here. So I got it all bulged up like that. Take my sheetrock knife. Don't cut your hand off or your foot or whatever. There you go. 52 feet. There's my perimeter. Now, you remember I need some more. That's 12 feet for the next piece. 12, 13, 14, 15. Let's go 16 feet. Okay? Five. 10. 15. There's another foot or so, 16. Cut it off. That's all the plastic I'm going to need. Okay, there's my 16-foot piece. Okay, now what I have to do is I've got to unravel this, and I only want to unravel, I got to find the end. Make sure you find the proper end and how you're going to do this and how you're going to lift it up to the ceiling. Okay? So I'm gonna find an end like that. Okay? And I'm not gonna pull out the rest of this plastic. Then on my 52-foot long one, I'm gonna find an end like this. Then I have to set these down on the ground, and I gotta be really careful with it, and I'm gonna tape those together on a length, on a 16-foot length of that, and I'll have to use that plastic strategically and figure out where I'm going to start it, where I'm going to tape it to the 52-foot long piece, right? And I'm probably going to, see, here's my opening to the front door. I'll probably have a slit right in there. Okay, so I know if I start my 52-foot piece, my 16-foot piece, instead of right there on the edge, I can come over 4 feet, 12, 13, 4, 2 feet towards the ladder, okay? And then that's where I'm gonna tape it onto the 52-foot long one. I'm gonna go the 52-foot long one from there on over 16 feet on the 52-footer, and that's gonna be my piece for the floor. Do you see how that works? Then I can hold my whole 52-foot one up there and go little by little after I put the tape up there. And then once I pull it all down, I've got my floor piece already taped. If you do it a different way, it's really difficult to figure out where to tape it on the floor, especially if you're doing it by yourself. This is way easier. Good luck. Hey, now spend extra time and figure out which is the top and which is the bottom to your 52-foot long piece. Don't just unravel one and say, okay, here's an edge, what difference does it make? I did that on the first room, and it does make a difference. I had to peel it apart because I didn't want it on the top. As I flipped it around, it was like, oh, darn it, I did it wrong. So on my 52-foot long piece, I have to determine which one is going to be the bottom edge and which is the top edge for the shorter 16-foot piece, and tape those two together. So when I put it up there, then I can peel off on the 52-foot long one. I got to figure out what is the top piece too, so that I can still unravel that and put that up, knowing that this is draped down at the bottom. Yeah, it sounds kind of stupid of me explaining this to you, but you know, a little bird will come back and haunt you the first time you tape it up there wrong. You're going to remember what I'm saying. That's just a given. Hey, one more thing with the plastic. Make sure you've got an actual end. Sometimes this plastic, I mean, it's so thin, you might think, oh yeah, here's the edge right here, and then you think, son of a gun, there's another edge here, and after you tape it, you pull it apart, and you really don't have the proper edge. Be careful with that. There you go, I got both pieces taped. Much easier to do it on the ground. Now, after I put it up, I can do it just like that other room, and then I can unravel it from the ceiling on down. Keep it going. Can only pull out as much 2-inch tape as I can go up here at one time. I got it about 1 inch or so below the ceiling. Flatten that down, and then get back up here and roll it up halfway. You've got 2-inch tape, so you're going up 1 inch. You can see where the inch is because you can look at the top of the tape and just kind of fold it and crease it a little bit. I'm going to pull it up a little bit. I'm going to keep it flat down here on the left-hand side because I want to put my next piece of tape flat again. Flatten it down on the seam and then pull it up. Don't pull it up all the way to the end because then you can't overlap the next piece of tape on there properly, okay? I'm not, as you remember, I'm not putting the tape all the way up flush to the ceiling because I want to clean off all that popcorn ceiling. After I get the bulk of it off, I'm going to come back with a 1-inch tape or a 1-inch putty knife and kind of clean up around the edge. And I can do that without moving my plastic, and I want to do that today and get ready to seal the raw sheetrock. Because you remember, underneath here, if you have sheetrock underneath the popcorn ceiling, it's probably yellow and discolored. We know that, at least for this ceiling, for this condo, don't we? Yeah. Okay, I've got this plastic all ready to be put up. And don't kid yourself, just because you taped it and you know where you want your ceiling or your floor plastic, you might have it crossed, you know, as it twizzled around and stuff. So I double checked this and make sure it was right, and then I straightened out the rest of the plastic and kind of unraveled it a little bit, you know, so that once I get going on my ladder, I've got it kind of situated, because then that's when I don't want to start fighting it and having it all raveled the wrong direction and all that. So I just kind of have this all draped around here, all ready to go. Okay? Ooh, it's a long ways up there. Now you remember the 16-foot long piece that I have for the floor. I made it 16 feet long. This wall from left to right is 12 feet. So I want to have the end of this come over 2 feet onto this wall. Okay? You can eyeball 2 feet, can't you? About like yay. That might be a little bit more than 2 feet, but that's okay. Now you see why you've got to be strategic about this plastic. There we are. You may have to turn this air conditioner off now. Okay, so I'm rolling it up. I know you can't really see it. It's kind of dark over here in the corner. But I've kind of gathered up the top of it, so I've got a little bit extra on the tape holding the plastic. Okay, just follow it over. Don't rush it. You know, it's not a race. You're not a professional at this. I'm not either, but I can do it, and it's going to look good when I get done. And if I can do it, oh yeah, you can do it. All right, follow that all the way around the room. I know, little by little, you'll get her. See here, this is what your room's going to look like so far. And I'm working from right to left because I'm right-handed. It's just way easier for me to do it that way. And see, here's that first wall. There's my tape seam, but I still have to gather and pull all that plastic down. I'm not going to do that just yet. I'm just going to keep working over here. You know? Okay, so I'm going to take this plastic here, and now that I've got it up there, I'm just going to make sure that I've got it going straight and I'm good. Then I can kind of follow this around and see if it's twisted. And if it is, I can untwist some of the plastic as I go and just kind of prepare it a little bit before I get back up there. See, this is not rocket science or anything. One little bit at a time. And you should be able to do this. I'm going to have to resituate my ladder, looks like. Okay, so I'm just kind of gathering it here, rolling it up a little bit, reaching as far as I can. You know, don't be a he-man, don't be a hero, just reach to your capacity and don't go over too far. You might fall or something. And I got my back brace on too. It's always a good thing.